Mark Wahlberg is an example of a radical transformation, from prison drugs to Hollywood icon status with an emphasis on family and charity. His story is often cited as a motivational example of overcoming a criminal past through discipline and faith. Mark Wahlberg had run-ins with the law as a youth, and his prison sentence was for a felony. At the age of 16, Mark Wahlberg attempted to rob a drugstore in Boston, during which he assaulted two men of Vietnamese descent. One of the victims was beaten with a log and knocked down, and the other was punched in the eye, causing permanent blindness. For this crime, Mark Wahlberg was sentenced to 2 years in prison, but he served only 45 days in an adult prison Deer Island, Boston. Wahlberg chose an adult prison, counting on early release, which was impossible in juvenile institutions. Mark Wahlberg narrowly escaped death on September 11, 2001, by canceling his flight on a hijacked plane. In 2010, he received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. In an interview, he said, "I found myself in a cage with people I wanted to be like. And I realized that wasn't the path for me." After his release, he broke away from his criminal past thanks to the support of his brother Donnie and his faith in God. Wahlberg is an example of radical transformation, from an aggressive teenager with 25 police records to a successful actor and philanthropist. His story shows that even a difficult past does not prevent you from changing your life if you accept responsibility and find motivation. Timothy Allen Dick is his real name. He lost his father at the age of 11. He was killed in a car accident with a drunk driver while returning from a football game. The family moved to Michigan, where his mother married her high school sweetheart. In 1978, he was arrested at a Michigan airport with 650 grams of cocaine. He pleaded guilty and gave up his accomplices to avoid a life sentence. He served 28 months out of an 8-year sentence in a Minnesota prison. There, he began performing comedy shows for prisoners, which helped him get an early release. Tim Allen is an example of overcoming, from prison to Hollywood star, combining self-irony, talent and love for family. As Tim Allen himself said, "I became a comedian when I learned to laugh at myself. In prison, it was the only way not to go crazy." Danny Trejo is a legendary actor whose life is like a script for an action movie. Danny Trejo's own quote, "I'm not an actor who plays gangsters. I'm a gangster who accidentally became an actor." Danny Trejo has been involved in carjacking, armed robberies and drug dealing since his teens. He served time in 9 prisons, including the infamous San Quentin. In one fight, he injured a guard with a rock, but his cellmates refused to testify against him out of fear. Trejo is a symbol of second chances. From prison cells to trash cinema icon status, he proved that even the deepest hole can be climbed out with willpower and humor. In 2025, despite being 81 years old, he continues to act and participate in charity. His story is proof that even from hell you can reach the stars. Michelle Rodriguez was born on July 12, 1978, in San Antonio, Texas, to a Puerto Rican father and Dominican mother. After her parents divorced, she moved with her mother to the Dominican Republic at the age of 8, where she was raised by her strict Jehovah's Witness grandmother, but rejected religion. In late 2007, Fast and Furious star Michelle Rodriguez was sentenced to 6 months in prison after being arrested for drunk driving. At the time, the actress was already on probation for multiple traffic offenses. Rodriguez was sent to a Los Angeles jail and was also required to undergo a month of alcohol treatment upon her release. Michelle Rodriguez has gone from a neighborhood hooligan to an action icon without changing herself. Her credo, "I'm not an actress who plays tough girls. I'm a tough girl who accidentally became an actress." Childhood traumas have hardened her character. She has created the role of a woman who doesn't ask for pity. The red-haired, precocious girl began her career as a child model at the age of 3. She worked with such famous brands as Abercrombie & Fitch Kids and Calvin Klein Kids. Lindsay Lohan, widely known for her addiction to alcohol and drugs, was first arrested in 2007. At that time, the court sentenced her to 1 day in jail for possession of cocaine and drunk driving. In fact, the actress spent just over an hour behind bars. Due to the non-violent nature of the crime, they did not hold her for a full day. However, when the situation repeated itself in 2010, Lohan received a full 3-month sentence and an urgent recommendation to go to a rehabilitation center. Lindsay's story is compared to Britney Spears, but her tenacity in coming back is emphasized. The actress's own phrase, which has become iconic, is, "I learn from mistakes. I like challenges. They make me work harder." Lindsay Lohan is a symbol of the dark side of early fame, but also proof that it is possible to start over. From a modeling prodigy to a troubled star and a happy wife, mother, her journey teaches that even after a breakdown, it is important to get back up. Today, 38-year-old Lindsay combines filming, business, and motherhood, and her return to Netflix is being called a Hollywood miracle. Robert Downey Jr. began acting at age 5. His film debut was Pound 1970, directed by his father. The role of Iron Man changed everything. Marvel initially didn't want to cast him because of his past, but he became the icon of Tony Stark and the face of the entire cinematic universe. Robert Downey Jr. spent time in prison in the late 1990s for drug addiction and numerous drug possession and use offenses. Most famously, he was arrested in 1996 for driving through Los Angeles High, with drugs and a loaded gun in his car. In 1999, a judge grew tired of his offenses and sentenced him to 3 years in California's Corcoran State Prison. He served about 1 year and was released early for good behavior in 2000. After another arrest in 2001, Robert finally decided to fight addiction seriously. He went to rehab, started practicing martial arts and yoga, and completely changed his lifestyle. Since then, he has become a symbol of second chances in Hollywood and has proven that even after serious mistakes, you can come back and achieve great success. Kiefer Sutherland is a Canadian-American actor who became world famous for his role as Jack Bauer in the TV series 24 and his charismatic, slightly rebellious personality. His role as Agent Jack Bauer made him world famous. He received an Emmy, a Golden Globe, and a SAG Award for this work. In 2007, Emmy and Golden Globe winner Kiefer Sutherland was arrested for drunk driving. It was his second serious traffic violation. A similar incident occurred in 2004, when the actor got off with a suspended sentence. According to the court, Sutherland had to spend 48 days behind bars. And, since the case took place in December, the actor celebrated not only Christmas and New Year's in prison, but also his own birthday. After prison, he openly admitted his mistakes and did not deny his guilt, saying that he wanted to put an end to it and move on. This helped him maintain his reputation and return to work without scandal. 50 Cent's real name is Curtis James Jackson III. He grew up without parents. His mother, a drug dealer, died when he was 8. He started selling drugs at the age of 12. In 1994, at age 19, he was arrested for selling cocaine, heroin, and crack. Police raided his home and found drugs. He pleaded guilty to several charges to avoid a harsher sentence. He did not serve his full sentence in a regular prison. Instead, he went to boot camp, a program for first-time offenders that is similar to the military's disciplinary rehabilitation program. 50 Cent spent time in the U.S. prison system, but he actually served an alternative sentence in a boot camp. In 2000, he was shot 9 times, including one in the face. The attack was linked to street fights, possibly his song exposing drug dealers how to rob. It didn't lead to jail time, but it was a turning point in his life. After that, he focused on a career in music. He uses his experiences as the basis for songs and motivational stories about how to get from the bottom to the top. Lauryn Hill is an American singer, rapper, songwriter, and actress, born May 26, 1975 in East Orange, New Jersey. She is considered one of the most influential figures in the history of hip-hop and neo-soul. In the early 1990s, Lauryn became a member of the group Fugees along with Wyclef Jean and Prez Michel. Their album The Score 1996 became a worldwide hit, and their cover version of the song Killing Me Softly brought the group international fame. In 2013, Grammy Award-winning singer Lauryn Hill spent 3 months in jail for failing to pay taxes on $1 million in income. She was also ordered to spend an additional 3 months under house arrest. The Fugees star told a judge she was going to pay her taxes. It was just a matter of when. Lauryn is known for her criticism of the music industry and her rejection of commercial success in favor of personal freedom and creativity. In 2022, she was inducted into the Black Music and Entertainment Walk of Fame. Martha Stewart is a woman who turned home comfort into a multi-billion-dollar brand. Born August 3, 1941, Jersey City, New Jersey, USA as a teenager, She worked part-time as a model. She was photographed for Chanel and other brands. This helped her to work freely in front of the camera in the future. Martha Stewart had made a career out of becoming one of America's most beloved celebrities, but that all changed in 2004 when she was convicted of multiple felony charges related to an insider trading scandal. Stewart was found guilty of conspiracy and lying to investigators investigating the stock trades and was sentenced to 5 months in prison. Despite her prison term, she became a symbol of second chances and female business resilience. The first woman on the cover of Sports Illustrated swimsuit at 81. In 2023, she made history as the oldest model in the issue, and she looked amazing.